Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Boss from Home. So if you're new here, I love to cover from time to time real stories about remote work and how you can build a safe, flexible career in this digital age. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe. Let's jump into today's video. Okay, so today we're doing something different. We are digging into a real life case that sounds a lot like it was out of a spy movie. So a man from Maryland, he landed over a dozen tech jobs that he never actually worked for any day. He got paid nearly $1 million while secret teams overseas did the work pretending to be him. And it's bigger than just one guy. This scam is actually part of a huge network that's been actually going on now for years. So we're going to break down, number one, how the scam worked, number two, what red flags that you can watch out for if you work remotely, and number three, some smart ways that you can protect your accounts and your online identity. So stay with me to the end because I'm also going to be sharing practical tips that I personally use, plus a tool that I recommend to stay protected while working online. First, just a disclaimer. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not promote, endorse, or teach any illegal activity. All details shared here are basically on publicly available news reports and official statements. Always follow the law, stay safe online, and use privacy tools responsibly. Okay, let's get on to the rest of this video. All right, so let's rewind, right? So between the years of 2021 and 2024, this guy named Min Vong, a 40-year-old from Maryland, he managed to get hired at 13 different US companies as a software developer. Take that in, 13. And these were not just random gigs. Some of these companies actually had contracts with federal agencies like the FAA, which handles a lot of flight system stuff going on, and even defense contractors. But here's the thing, Vong did not have a tech degree. He didn't even work in tech before. He was actually working at a nail and spa salon, totally unrelated. So how in the world did he pull this off? Well, authorities say that he connected with developers based in China who were actually working for the larger hidden network. And so these developers wrote up fake resumes for him. All right. So they said that he had a degree from the University of Hawaii and he was a secret level security. He had clearance with them. They coached him on what to say in interviews and they handled all of the real back end tech work behind the scenes. And in some of these interviews, they used deep fakes, they used video calls or stand-ins. And at other times, Vong showed his real ID and passport to pass verification. And so the US companies thought that they were hiring an American with this top level security credential, but the real code was being written by unknown programmers that were thousands away. Okay, so you might be thinking, all right, well, why is this so serious? Well, first, some of these companies actually had sensitive contracts with the US government systems. And this included a lot of software used to track aviation assets. So when you have people logging into these systems from unauthorized places, it's not just a simple fraud case, it becomes a national security risk. But it's not just about the government work. Even regular businesses are at risk. When you pay someone to work under a false identity, you could end up with security leaks, stolen intellectual property, or even bad code that no one can fix because the real developer is hidden. Plus, the money earned by these fake accounts often gets funneled all the way back to bigger hidden accounts and operations. Now, before we get into the next part of the story, let's talk about something that's actually designed to help you protect yourself online. So if you work remotely, especially if you are a freelancer, social media manager, or even an Amazon seller, or maybe someone who logs in from multiple devices or, clients, keeping your digital identity safe is super important. So that's why I started using a tool called Go Login. It lets you create multiple separate browser profiles, each with their own fingerprint, their own cookies and settings. so that platforms like Google, Facebook, or Amazon don't track or link your sessions together. Like for example, if you manage different accounts for clients, if you're a freelancer, GoLogin helps you to keep everything organized and also separated so that you don't maybe accidentally get flagged for suspicious activity or even get your accounts restricted. And to be clear, this tool is meant specifically to protect your privacy and streamline legitimate workflows. It is not for faking identities or doing anything shady, which, as we've seen here, can actually land people into some serious trouble. So you can check it out at gologin.com, and I'll also drop the link down below in my description box. Just be smart and use tools like this responsibly.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
International security reports have linked some of these networks to funding activities that were heavily sanctioned. So this is not the first time that something like this has ever happened. And unfortunately, it probably will not be the last. So in recent years, the FBI and cybersecurity experts uncovered dozens of similar scams. Sometimes Americans are paid just to let foreign developers use their laptops, their home Wi-Fi, and their accounts. It's a way to get around the company restrictions that say maybe workers must be located in the US or must pass a background check, like we see with these job listings. And some people even host computer farms in their basements, which are just basically racks of laptops running fake accounts to make it look like the work is being done in the US. The UN estimates that these scams are going to generate hundreds of millions of dollars every year, and they just keep growing. Reports show that fake tech workers are now applying for jobs in Europe, Portugal, Germany, and even for roles that require security clearance. That's scary. So if you ever thought, well, remote jobs are much safer than in-office jobs, you might want to think again. There are risks if you don't do your due diligence. Okay, so what does this mean for you? If you are a freelancer, a remote worker, or even maybe a recruiter, here are a few red flags that you want to definitely look out for. Like, number one, too good to be true. So if someone offers to pay you just to use your ID, run away, because legitimate jobs don't ask you to share your personal documents with strangers online. Number two, the third-party logins. So be very cautious if you're being asked to maybe install remote desktop tools for someone who is not part of your company's IT team. And there's also the inconsistent profiles. So if you are maybe a recruiter and an applicant's experience does not add up, you might want to verify their work history and the references thoroughly. And also the pressure to rush. So scammers, they often pressure you to skip interviews, the background checks, and maybe they even want to move things a lot quickly, move everything off of the official channel. You want to take your time to make a smart decision. So how do you stay safe? So here's what I recommend. Some of this comes from my own daily routine. So number one, use strong passwords and even two-factor authentication on every account that you use for work. This means that it makes it harder for someone to just hijack your accounts. Number two, do not share devices. Never let someone borrow your work laptop or sign in with your accounts. If you manage teams, you might want to set clear policies for this. Okay, guys, so that was the story that I know I just had to share with you guys. When I first found out about it, it seemed very crazy because we all know that remote work, people want to do it. It offers freedom, flexibility. It's a great lifestyle that comes with it. But with that freedom does come a lot of these different risks. So stories like the one we've talked about here with Vong, it shows that there are bad actors, related with the remote hiring today. So it's very important that we stay informed, we verify everything, and we use smart tools to keep ourselves safe when working online. So what do you guys think about it? I would love to hear from you. Have you ever come across any type of suspicious, strange remote job or weird freelance offer? Drop your story down below in the comment section. We would love to know. And also, if you found this to be helpful, please go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up. Share this with someone who works remotely. works online. I'm sure that they would love to know a little bit about this story, and also subscribe for many more videos just like this one. And remember, work smart, stay secure, and I will see you guys in the next video.